Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the April 30th, 2020 virtual work session of the Penfield Planning Board. Due to the public health and safety concerns related to COVID-19, this meeting is being conducted remotely pursuant to the governor's executive orders, including Executive Order 202.1, which suspended certain provisions of the open meetings law. This meeting is being video recorded and is being broadcast live on the Town of Penfield's website, www.penfield.org, and on the Town of Penfield's Government Access Channel 1303. This is the first time that we've tried this, so if you're watching from afar and expect super slick technological wizardry from the planning board people, you will be disappointed, I suspect. So please forgive us. I'm going to start off by asking everyone to just raise their hands and let me know that you can hear me on the Zoom call. So members, can you hear what I'm saying? Just raise your hand.
No, they can't. Doug can't hear you.
Okay, nobody can hear me. So we will try this again, and we will begin with Lori Gray, our clerk to the planning board. And Lori, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Bill
Yes, I
Bastian
hear
can
you.
hear me.
You're good.
Pete Weishauer can hear me. Mike O'Connor, can you hear?
Yes, I can.
Okay, Jim Burton,
Yes.
Lori?
Yep.
Okay. Lori, why don't we get started and call the roll? And
Okay.
fellas, if when your name is called, if you could just repeat your name, like pause for just a second, and then repeat your name, say, Hetzke here, and hold your hand up until she gets through the roll with everyone. So go ahead, Lori.
Okay. Hetzke,
Here. Hetzke here.
Bastian,
Bastian here.
Bill got it.
Knauer,
An hour here.
Tidings,
Tidings here.
Burton,
Burton here.
Nursinger,
Nursinger here. That's my camera.
Sangster,
Thankster here.
O'Connor,
O'Connor here.
Weishar,
Weishauer here.
and Gray here.
All right. So everyone did a perfect job except yours truly.
You recovered.
We have minutes from the March 12th meeting that hopefully everyone had an opportunity to review. And if you have any questions, please raise your hand and bring them up. Otherwise, if I could entertain a motion to approve from someone.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, Tidings, I'll make the motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion by Tidings. Do we have a second?
Bastian will second.
Second by Bastian.
Hetzke,
Hetzke, aye.
Bastian,
Bastian, aye.
Burton,
Burton, aye.
Knauer,
An hour, aye.
Tidings.
Tidings, aye.
Okay, so we have 5 ayes, and the minutes are approved. I will now turn over discussion to Zach to go through the agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have, where am I? Oh, there I am. We have one item to discuss this evening. It's the action item on our agenda. The tabled application does not require any action by the board this evening.
Zach, please use your mic.
Can you hear me now?
You're very faint.
Go again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
That's better.
All right. Talk behind a computer screen. Or I could be like Bob Barker and talk with this weird mic. So We have one action item this evening, and it is for the matter of Kidtopia at 1280 Creek Street. The tabled application on the agenda requires no action by the board, so we're going to move past that onto the Kidtopia matter. The board previously talked about this at the March 12th meeting. It was for revised site plan modifications that was asking for a smaller building footprint, which I will pull up on the screen now. Just gotta find it. Where are my- This version of the plan squares off a lot of the edges of the building, and the board was accepting of this site plan as we reviewed it. AJ has a question.
Zach, why don't you pause for just one moment? I can see the plan on the screen in front of me in
Yes.
the town hall, but I can't see it on the feed that I suspect is going out to the world. Now I can. All right.
Good catch. So the plan featured now was accepted by the board at that March meeting. The board had no concerns. It was not for a building of any larger size, and it complied with all the area variances that were granted previously. So I just brought that up for reference as a recap, because it has been quite a time since we've talked about this application. The board did, however, have concerns about the proposed architecture that went with this revisions. They were originally proposing different material choices, similar to in nature what was originally approved, but the board did have concerns for those designs based on the material choices. The applicant went back, revised the drawings. I received an email following that meeting that was provided to you as in preparation for this meeting. I've pulled it up on the screen again. It states that the applicant has revised the building materials so that they are back to what was originally approved by the board with fiber cement materials as well as some metal siding. So I'm going to go through, I have a rendering drawing that they provided, which I will show you now, that calls out those materials that have been brought back to the building designs on the proposed modifications.
Actually, Zach, can I interrupt you for one more second?
Go for it.
All right, just for the rest of the board members who are remote, if you do not know, we have Allyn and Eric from the applicant online. They're in mute and their video is off, so they are listening and watching. And if we have any questions where we want their participation, that is available. So just for your information.
Good call. Thank you, AJ.
Continue.
Actually, I was going to kick it back over to you if you guys want to discuss this, or would you like me to show the video fly-through that was also presented?
Why don't you go through the video
Okay.
fly-through?
So along with the rendering that was shown, we also received a video. I'm pulling that up now on the screen.
Wait 1 second.
I'm watching it now.
Okay. Here we go.
And I will press play. This provides a full walk-around of the building of the materials that were added back to the building. Again, the fiber cement boards, the metal siding that you see in gray, some of the more materials on the back side of the building. I think this gives the board a very good representation of what will actually be out there when this does get constructed.
Okay, was everybody able to see that?
Yes.
Okay. Essentially, the applicant's gone back to the original approved materials. I think that they've done pretty much everything that we suggested or asked for. at this point. I'd like to open it up for discussion, for any other comments from the board. If you could just maybe raise your hand and wait to be acknowledged if you have a comment. Jim, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd just like to say that it was clear that they were listening at the last meeting, and I think they did a nice job to restore some of the original architectural features that offset the changes in the footprint of the building. I think it looks good.
I would agree. And well put. Okay, Bill Bastian, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I agree with Jim. They obviously listened to us. While they for everything, I think it looks good. I'm okay with it.
All right, good. All right, Bob Knauer, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree too. I think the rendition looks very good.
Yeah, and I'll just like to add that having the video virtual rendering is I don't really want to say priceless, but it helps a lot. Terry, any comments or?
I have no problems with, or
Okay.
issues with this project. Yep, thank you.
All right, so if anybody has any other questions, now would be the time to bring them up, or we can entertain a motion to approve these changes.
Do you want anything from the applicant? Was there any input you wanted from the applicant?
If there's anything that they need to
You want to ask?
say or ask us,
Yeah.
go ahead. What you can do, either Eric or Alan, whoever is going to speak, hit Alt-V to bring on your video, and you'll join the Zoom meeting.
And space.
And then you can hold the space bar down on your computer to talk. When you release the space bar, you'll go silent again. And if you don't have anything to say, that's fine too.
Hello, everybody, and thanks for taking a look at our presentation, our revised presentation. And I agree. I think it's I'd like to thank Eric for agreeing to move back to these materials, and I think it'll be a very handsome building for the site in addition to the street.
Okay. Great. Thanks, Alan. All right, with that, if no one has any more comments or concerns about this, why don't we go ahead and entertain a motion to approve this? Somebody like to move that?
I'll move to approve. Bastian?
All right, do we have a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
So Knauer seconds. Lori?
Hetzke,
Hetzke, aye.
Bastian,
Bastian, aye.
Burton,
Burton, aye.
Knauer,
Knauer, aye.
Tidings.
Tidings, aye.
All right, so for the record, we have 5 ayes, and the motion is passed. All right, Zach, I think that, do you have any other action items that we need to discuss?
No, there are no further action items to discuss for this evening. Again, the tabled application did not require any action by the board. However, because our audio was cut out at the beginning, AJ, would you mind reading the statement that you started with just to capture?
Sure. Okay. Due to the public health and safety concerns related to COVID-19, this meeting is being conducted or was conducted remotely pursuant to the governor's executive orders, including Executive Order 202.1, which suspended certain provisions of the open meetings law. This meeting is being video recorded and is being broadcast live on the Town of Penfield's website, www.penfield.org, and on the Town of Penfield's Government Access Channel number 1303.
Thank you. See, again,
With that, thank you everyone for having the patience for our first run-through with this. Thank you, board members, for your attendance. Thank you, applicants, Eric and Allyn, for jumping on with us, and our staff, Lori and Mike and Doug and Zach and Dave and Brian and everybody here behind the scenes at Penfield that helped put this on. If there's nothing else, we will adjourn the meeting, and have a wonderful night.
2.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, see you.